Gunnison. Gunnison is named for the region's first explorer, John W. Gunnison. He first discovered the area while searching for the best route for a railroad across the Colorado Rockies. But he was not the first to find Gunnison. Early inhabitants of the Gunnison area were Ute Indian tribes, considered to be relatively peaceful and whose influence is still felt today. In the early 1800s, mountain men and fur trappers moved into the area. The 1850s saw a demand for a transcontinental railroad, and its route through the Rockies became the subject of hot debate. Eventually, Captain John Gunnison of the Army Topographical Engineers was chosen to survey a central route. His expedition left Fort Leavenworth, Kansas in June 1853. The team ran into two imposing obstacles, the Lake Fork Canyon and the larger Black Canyon. Their difficulty crossing the Lake Fork Canyon and its rugged terrain convinced Gunnison that his was not a viable route. In 1873, a prospecting expedition that included a professor of geology named Sylvester Richardson left Denver to search for rumored wealth in the Gunnison area. Later, Richardson led a group of settlers from Denver to Gunnison, with many turning back due to winter storms. The rest continued on to settle in what is now known as Gunnison, with Richardson its founding father. Soon miners, speculators, and adventurers began moving into Colorado. Gunnison began to boom with the rise in mining. The Ute Indians were forced out of the area, and ranchers, traders, and miners quickly took their place. Gunnison's boom busted in 1883, taking with it half of the town's population. It was the railroads that allowed Gunnison to continue to prosper in the late 1880s. The Denver and Rio Grande Railroad arrived in Gunnison in 1881, acting as the primary means of transportation for passengers and cargo for nearly 70 years. Although the area didn't boom like some in Colorado, it did continue to grow. Tourism, in addition to ranching, became a source of income. Higher education arrived in 1909 with the Colorado State Normal School, whose name was later changed to Western State College. The La Vida Hotel opened on April 15, 1884, and was advertised as Gunnison's Pride, the palatial resort of the Rocky Mountain region. In 1912, the hotel offered free meals to guests on any day that the sun refused to shine. By the end of that 30-year promotion, the La Vida only gave away 20 meals. By the 1930s, Gunnison Railroad activity began to decline as area mines played out and trucking became more popular. Railroad passenger service to Gunnison ended in 1940, and freight service stopped in 1949. Today the La Vida Hotel is gone, but cattle ranching, recreation, and tourism remain important sources of income for Gunnison. And that pesky Gunnison River that so thwarted the Gunnison expedition is now famous for its fly fishing and rafting.